Hey artist, today I wanted to do a little tutorial on working with layers. It's really important to take layers into consideration when we're mapping out each set. And the reason is because the way that we apply our lashes, whether on the top, bottom, on this layer, on that layer, it's really going to change our result. So if we can dive deeper into our understanding of layers, then we know we're gonna achieve the set that we're going for. So the first thing I wanna talk about is our layers. So imagine this client has 3 layers. This is layer 1, which is closest to our client's eye, and then layer 2 and layer 3. So I'm talking about using all 13 millimeter in a C curl. So the exact same lash for each layer. If you can see here, my lash here looks much shorter than my lash here. So if you're going for uniformity, then you know that this top layer lash has to be the same on all of those top layer natural lashes. Also, if you're looking to create darkness in your set, you can do the same length on either ones, and it's gonna kind of give that little stair effect, which is beautiful. Or you can put shorter lengths underneath, or your longer lengths underneath, and then your shorter lengths on top. That really hides the light from getting in throughout the lashes if you mix lengths in throughout. The only thing that you really want to remember is that if you want uniformity, then this top layer has to have the same length, or the bottom layer has to have your longest length. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is where to properly apply your lash. So again, this is our eye down here, our lash line. So if we are working on that bottom layer, it's more appropriate for us to, instead of applying the lash at the bottom of that lash, to apply it at the top. And the reason for that is because if we apply it at the bottom, you'll be able to see the lash underneath. So if we do that, that's fine, but you might notice that it'll kind of droop into the eye a little bit. So applying on the top is a more appropriate spot for those bottom layered lashes. Now, when we're working in the middle, you can apply either on the side, and especially for classic, it's harder to do this with volume, but you can apply either on the sides, underneath, or on the top, whichever you feel fitting. And then when we're working on the top, depending on the look that you're going for again, it is most of the time more appropriate to apply underneath. Because sometimes when we apply on the top, it'll kind of lift up a little bit, which can look a little bit off in the set, especially if they don't have a lot of lashes on that top layer, like some people do. Then you want to maybe factor in that so that you don't have little lashes popping up in an unfavorable direction. There's lots of different ways to work with these layers. Some artists will hold them out of the way with their brush, they'll use their finger to hold them out of the way, or they'll use tape or pads to get those out of the way and work easily with each layer. But once you understand this, you can really see why it's important to apply your spikes first and on the same layer, or to really take the layers into consideration when you're mapping out a uniform set. And remember, some clients have 1 layer, some clients have lots of layers. So just be cautious of the client that's sitting in front of you and make a mapping that you know will best suit them.